So we've got a bunch of Cyberpunk 2077 leaks to talk about, including this one. An alpha gameplay reel from 2013 shows the game running in third person. Check this out right here. We're going to talk about this one a little bit more, dive into it, what could have been for Cyberpunk. Plus, a Cyberpunk developer-made glitch montage reportedly also leaked online. We're going to dive into that one as well, and a bunch of other news too related to Cyberpunk. So let's do this. Hey everyone, what's happening? Open World Games here. Hope you're doing good. And yes, we are talking about more Cyberpunk 2077. Now, officially, what we do know is we're going to be getting some free updates and DLC in the later half of 2021. That should be also continuing into 2022. But let's talk about these leaks. Of course, Cyberpunk was apparently supposed to be offering a pure third-person view right here, according to this brand new leak. You guys may remember that a hacker actually stole a bunch of resources from Projekt Red. Apparently, a lot of stuff has been leaking since then from that hack, including this, a reel which shows off Cyberpunk 2077 running in third person. This is the 2013 demonstration that was shown internally to Projekt Red, but it looks really, really cool, and it begs the question, what could have been for Cyberpunk 2077? And it's kind of a shame, honestly, in my opinion, that the game did not offer both first person and third person perspective. I personally think it would have went a long way with this game, considering also there's a bunch of customization options. I mean, we could see from third person when riding on your motorcycle or in your car and things like that, but it would have been neat at least to see, you know, some third person options. Sound off in the comments down below how you feel about it. Do you think it's all good being first person only, or do you think it should be more like a Bethesda approach to Fallout where you do at least get third person in there? Now let's talk about this recent leak right here. So a recent data leak of Projekt Red reveals a series of montage videos featuring Cyberpunk's glitches as they existed before the game's release. Now, there's some interesting things to note here because we did have some comments from Jason Schreier. I'll dive into that in just a moment. But what this basically is basically quality assurance, creating this montage reel of glitches and bugs, and supposedly it was pretty close to release when these things were made, and you know, the supposed rumor is that this was showing that the company was very aware of the state of Cyberpunk before releasing it, and it was kind of a joke. However, on the flip side, we got to get into this a little bit more here. We have this Reddit post here highlighting Jason Schreier's post out on Twitter. It says, "The hole goes deeper." And Jason Schreier says, "In January, when I reported that most of the developers of Cyberpunk knew and openly said it wouldn't be ready for release in 2020, Projekt Red studio head Adam Boyatsky responded on Twitter, 'You've talked with 20 people. I wouldn't call it the most.'" And of course, he's responding to this recent, information that they created an internal bug montage video. It was called Cyber El Bugado 2020, and it was just prior to the release of Cyberpunk 2077. However, this gets really interesting because Jason Schreier actually deleted that tweet. Let's find out why he deleted the tweet and go to what he has to say right here. He goes on to say this: "I deleted an earlier tweet about the Cyberpunk bug reel because a dev joke video isn't great evidence that Projekt Red management was full of it when implying they weren't aware of the game's issues. Of course, Projekt Red management was well aware of the issues. That video just isn't proof." And we've got a really interesting reply from people in the gaming industry. It says, "It might not be well known outside of the game dev that those types of videos are routine and almost never shared publicly. We log thousands of bugs over the course of any game dev cycle, including many with video. Sometimes a montage is made to remember all the wacky stuff we see." So that makes absolute sense. But again, you know, it also goes to show that if this, bug reel was made close to the release of Cyberpunk, then management was very in the know about the status of Cyberpunk 2077. Of course, you know, that goes without saying in my opinion. They knew exactly what was going on with this game. Now also, we have more leaks as well. It says right here, CD Projekt's stolen source code, console SDKs, and internal dev videos reportedly being shared online after hacker group asked for 10K charity donations. So the plot thickens even more with what is going on with this hacker. It has not stopped at all. It is an ongoing story as he keeps trickling out these leaks you know, over the past couple of months. I don't know if this is going to continue clear until 2022. That could actually be possible. But of course, you have to remember, CD Projekt Red, they are not willing to give into the demands of these hackers whatsoever, and that they're just gonna try their best to push through. Apparently, you know, as previously stated, an unknown source purchased the source code, and the agreement was that it would never end up online. It seems like that agreement is not holding. There's been rumors that perhaps CD Projekt Red were the ones that actually purchased the source code back from this hacker group, but it's likely that they're not holding up to the bargain if that's actually what happened. But I don't think, you know, since we're seeing these leaks, that's actually what happened. For me, the most curious one is definitely that third-person perspective. That looks really cool. Now, The Witcher 3's Geralt actor is saying stuff about Cyberpunk as well. Check this out. It says Witcher 3's Geralt actor is waiting for Cyberpunk to be fixed. So he's actually waiting around, like many people, wanting this game to be fixed. He's heard about the negativity revolving around it. Let's see what he has to say right now. He says the following: I'm looking forward to playing eventually. Bless them. I love them so much. I felt really bad for them when Cyberpunk came out. I can't imagine how disappointed that they must have been in some of the public reaction to the game, because I saw loads of good stuff. I decided I'd also kind of wait. I have a PS4. He's gonna have to upgrade. Just saying. So I thought I'm just gonna wait it out until CD Projekt Red fixes everything they want to fix, and then I'll have a smoother experience, I suppose. The I suppose part is definitely reassuring, but he's gonna have to go beyond a base PS4 here if he really wants a good experience with Cyberpunk, because my personal opinion, it's never gonna run as promised on a base PS4 or a base Xbox One at all. But you know, despite all of this, the community is really taking matters into their own hands. You know, modders are really getting busy. It says why these modders are taking Cyberpunk 2077 into their own hands. And man, there are so many good mods out on Nexus Mods, which constantly improve the game. That's why, you know, I recommend getting the game on PC if anyone was new to the Cyberpunk universe, Cyberpunk 2077. That's what I would do, because there's a lot of mods that address a lot of issues with the game, since the developers are being so slow to fix some of the problems with the games. You know, the modders are also doing stuff to improve the police force and things like that beyond what was officially patched as well. Now, this is absolutely hilarious right here. Check this out. It says Cyberpunk 2077's Victor is now richer than Bill Gates. Believe it or not. So we're going to dive into this a little bit more. So apparently the future job is to get into the cybernetics and augmentations. I think that should be something everyone is looking into, that's looking to make some serious dough in the future. Now, it says here, the official Cyberpunk Twitter account tweeted the amount of money Victor's accumulated from players of the RPG game. An absolutely absurd 147 billion eddies has been given to the surgeon for his services. The tweet converts this to burrito XSLs at 12, what is that? Is that 12 billion? 12 billion right there, and well, that's a lot of burritos. Something that's a better reflection of that fortune is the fact that it makes Victor the 4th richest person on planet Earth. That is insane. So yeah, Victor's services will be needed in the future, especially in 2077 apparently. All right, now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. But yeah, Cyberpunk, it's got some brand new updates that are coming. We got some of this information here. Let's zoom in here for you all. Boop. There you go. So my recent video was Cyberpunk 2077 finally gets brand new updates, new director, new roadmap info, and new gen edition. So a lot of stuff there to look, I guess, hopefully to look forward to. I hope that they can nail down some of this, but let's go into your top comments right now and see what you guys are saying about this one. First one comes from Jim Pryor, who says, I do like the game. I hope someday I'll be able to get my character a haircut. The sarcasm. I can feel the sarcasm laid on thick there big time. To think that's not even in the game, even now. Something so simple that's been in open world games forever. Super Straight says they need to go back to the drawing board and fix everything, add what they took out, and relaunch the game. Exactly, you know, I think that's what they're going to have to do. Pull a No Man's Sky, that's the only thing that will save this game. All the people who bought it at launch get all free updates and free DLC. You know, I hear you. I totally agree. That's going to have to be their approach. They're going to have to pull a No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky has had a massive comeback, and it's been years since that game was released. It had a horrible launch. And the devotion that that team has shown to their own community has really won that community back. And I think it's possible for Cyberpunk. They have to follow the No Man's Sky tactic. That's going to be the only way. Alexander M says, as much as I love the story of this game, it's sad to see how bad of a turn the end result has become. I feel it would have worked better as a TV show or movie. There is a Cyberpunk series being made, as I recall. I don't know if that has changed. Given the circumstances around this game, things have changed so quickly with that. We'll see. Joa says this small additional content doesn't sound well for a game that shaved so much content for the December launch. Agreed. House React says the Johnny Silverhand story should have been a DLC. Leyland Wash says hopefully Cyberpunk 2077 can undergo a recovery like No Man's Sky did. See, a lot of people really want that. Absolutely. Anthony says, I regret not refunding this game when I had the chance. So much wasted potential. So a lot of you kind of regretting that as well. How many of you are just going to keep it, you know, installed on your PC, or at least purchase, you know what I mean, and then re-download it when it comes time? Because the new gen version, I think, will be the sign to re-download it and check it out, because I would imagine there would be a lot of updates during that time. So my guess is look at Christmas time as, you know, what's going to happen to the future of this game. It's going to be a real big sign as the direction they take this game, if they're being serious or not. But there it is, guys. There's the latest happenings around Cyberpunk 2077. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more news and info regarding this one, and of course more open world gaming goodness, and I will see you all next time. Take care.